three self-sabotaging questions that keep you stuck. There's three of them. And we ask these questions, but we don't even know we're actually asking those questions. I think it's a subconscious thing. Number one, if we ask ourselves, what if I fail? What if I fail at this? But we don't really answer those questions, but they are being answered. And today I want to answer those questions. And number two is, what if I succeed? So if I succeed at this, then what's going to happen to me, right? What's going to happen? And I'll answer those questions. The third one is, what if I'm found out? What if I'm found out? What if I'm a fraud? So these are three questions after coaching a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs and people that are striving to be their authentic self. They ask these questions. And why? One is driven by shame. We're ashamed that we're going to lose a position. Shame that we're going to lose a position for you're afraid of failure, right? It's the status. So shame will have you protect that status. The other one is quote unquote a failure, or what if I'm successful, right? If I'm successful, then what we're afraid of is outshining other people. So one is shame driven, the other one is shining driven. Like, because we're afraid that if we're completely allowing our light to shine, other people are going to be putting us down. And the truth is that does happen. Actually, it does happen when you're letting your light shine. People get mad. But the last thing also, when you think that you're going to be found out for being a fraud, what that is you're holding on to a status that you feel that, okay, wait, am I good enough? It's this shining, it's the shame. You're shining and then you're seeking support, but you don't feel like you're going to have the support that you need. So really what we're doing is we're seeking perfection over support. So those are three things that goes on in our head, and those things keeps us stuck. The problem with all this is just keeps you on status quo. It keeps you just doing the minimum so you don't rock anybody's boat, right? But it kills you inside. It literally destroys your authentic self. It destroys your dreams. It destroys everything you actually are fighting for. So three things that we could do to kind of fight back these questions that I had. And we got to answer them. And the way you're going to answer them is, the first one, you're going to ask yourself, even if I fail, you got to put that, even if I fail, what will be added? Even if I fail, what will be added? If you just ask yourself that question, what it will do, actually, what it'll do is it'll shift your focus from what you will lose into what you will add. What you will add, the wisdom that you will add. That's the first thing. Shift the mindset. What if I do fail? What's going to happen? What am I going to add? Look for what you're going to add to your experience and what's needed for the next level. The second one is you want to actually even ask that question, or I believe it is a question or a statement. Even if I succeed, I will what? Adapt. Now, this is a key thing. If I succeed, I will adapt, because when we succeed, there is a light that shine. And like, as I was telling you, if you have light, those that have been in the dark, the light hurts their eyes. So what they want to do is to dim your light. But here's the thing. This is a point number two. You need to shine long enough to adapt to the light. You need to shine long enough to adapt, to have that light, that experience, adapt. Because once you adapt to the light, eventually people around you will start to adapt to your light. But you need to adapt to your light, because what happens is when we have a little bit of success, we feel good, and then we go right back into what we're used to. And when you're used to is maybe shining a little bit lower. So you got to stay long enough. You got to keep being alive, not just alive, but being vulnerable and being seen long enough for you to get used to being seen. Hopefully that makes sense. And last thing that you want to maybe ask yourself, instead of what if, maybe shift that to even if I fail, there's even if I succeed. And the last one is, even if I'm alone, I will keep going. Because you see, that whole fear of I'm not going to have the support. The truth is, when you do succeed, when you go after things, you're not going to get support. It's a personal sport. It's a personal progress that you need to have. You got to be able to stand on your own. Okay, the last thing is you need to seek support versus perfection. And when you seek support versus perfection, what happens? It adjusts your expectation. So when you're seeking support versus perfection, because you're not going to get the perfect support, you're not going to be perfect, right? Sometimes you need to have a personal walk on your own. But what it will do though, it will adjust your expectation. What you expect when you're expecting people to be there, when you expect to be perfect, when you expect to be not found out. Remember, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be found out. No, the more vulnerable you are and the more open you are, who cares, right? And the more you're comfortable with yourself, you won't have that quote unquote imposter syndrome. Well, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please do subscribe if you like the video, and please share it. And also click on the bell button there so you can be notified with any new videos that I come out with. Thank you.